Jacksonville FBI agents are warning about an increase in sextortion schemes, these ones targeting teen boys. Agents say that they are seeing more reports of adults who are posing as young girls and coercing teen boys to do sex acts on camera. Then they threaten to share the video and pictures if they do not pay up. To talk about this concerning trend, FBI Agent C.J. Goodman joining us. Good morning to you.
Morning.
I know that we have talked about several sexual-related cases here, and certainly not easy to talk about on morning news.
For sure.
But this is important enough for you and other FBI Jacksonville agents to come forward and say, we have to discuss this.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And you are on the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. We have obviously talked about human trafficking. We have talked about sextortion. We haven't talked about this subject. What's going on right now? What are you noticing?
So we're seeing as an increase in minor boys being the victims. They have a sextortion scheme more designed for money. So historically, we're used to, and we've seen a large majority of our victims being females, but we are now seeing boys being a target of a scheme to actually garner money through sextortion.
Yeah, how is that working in common terms? Because I know that parents are going to say, I need to know about this.
Sure. So sextortion is when somebody threatens to distribute sensitive personal material if you don't provide sexually explicit videos, images, or money or something of value. And what we're seeing is adults are now posing as young females and then getting boys to engage in explicit activity and then using that explicit activity to coerce them into or threaten them into providing money. And it's now a scheme. It's an increasing scheme.
And that's happening here locally?
It's happening across the nation. So we're seeing it by and large across the nation. Just it's ramping up and it's increasing.
CJ, do we think that these are the same perpetrators doing this, or people are catching on and saying, hey, I can make money by extorting these teenage boys?
No, the scary thing is it's rampant and it's prolific, and there's a number of subjects. And we are seeing these subjects with hundreds of victims. So they're not just targeting an individual and going after a personal individual. They're targeting hundreds of victims.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to see how much money they can get.
Absolutely.
Have they gotten a lot of money?
So the latest reports we have are in 2021, and the estimates are around $13.9 million, somewhere around in that area. And that's just what's been reported now, mind you.
Sure. What is the FBI able to do in a situation like this?
So we are able to target if we learn about the information, and that is what we're asking is people to bring this forward, because this is a crime that is often garners guilt, shame, embarrassment, and it is hard for a victim to come forward. But when I say that hundreds of victims are out there by one actor, by bringing this forward, we can now start targeting that subject and going after them, but also through awareness for what you're doing here and trying to get the word out. So that victims and their parents do come forward and let us know.
And finally, it's not an easy conversation for parents to have with their children, but it's a necessary one, especially if you have boys or girls in that age range. What do you recommend moms and dads do to have that convo?
So it is a difficult conversation, but we're saying have it. Like, we just take the steps and have those conversations, be involved in your children's lives. Oftentimes the telltale signs are similar to what other teens are already going through, depression issues, withdrawn, things that parents might write off as just normal teenage stuff given the difficulties of growing up in this day and age. But we're asking parents to don't ignore those signs. Go and talk to your children, be involved in their devices, establish privacy settings, make sure that they understand the capabilities of devices in the home.
Yeah. I know that there's much more on your website and social media. We're going to post this on newsforjax.com as well. So Special Agent C.J. Goodman with the Jacksonville FBI office, thank you so much for your time on this very concerning topic. So we also want to mention that the FBI is offering a free event to help teens better protect themselves. It is called Be Smart with Your Smartphone. That is next Thursday, April the 21st. It's at Creekside High School, starting at 6 o'clock.